everything would be different.
What do you want?
They're everywhere. They say this house is theirs.
No! Children!
Come here!
Run!
Welcome back to the annual Halloween special. Tonight we're talking about one of my favorite haunted house movies ever made. And that is Alejandro Amenábar's The Others. The film stars Nicole Kidman as a mother in 1945, whose children are photosensitive to light. Just the tiniest bit of sunlight could be potentially deadly to her children, so she keeps the curtains closed all day. Doors for every room are always shut and locked whenever you enter a new one. And she tells all of these rules to 2 new housekeepers and a gardener as they start work at her house early in the film. Things get weird when the lead housekeeper tells Nicole Kidman that she has worked in this house before and knows it like the back of her hand, and soon after that she starts hearing noises everywhere, seeing strange things. Her children complain about a young boy that's speaking to them in the middle of the night named Victor. And from there starts one of the most gorgeous haunted house movies ever made. The Others is immaculately shot. It's such a beautiful looking movie. The fog, that the house is constantly surrounded, in the use of candlelight for some scenes instead of traditional lighting. And a thrilling sense of movement and pace that never dwindles. I've always liked this movie. I like it from the first time I saw it in the early 2000s. But it took many years for me to love it. I'm not exactly sure why, but I do have an idea of why. And this is going to involve some spoilers. If you have not seen The Others and you don't know about the film's ending, I'm going to talk about that soon. And that is your warning. I hope you do see it. It's great for those of us who have seen it or who don't care about spoilers. I'm going to talk about that now. The film's ending, of course, is that everyone in this house, Nicole Kidman, her children and the housekeepers, they're all dead. They're all ghosts, and they're actually the ones haunting the living's house. The sounds that they've been hearing aren't the real living people who are there, who are also complaining to their family about the ghosts that are in their house. And so in a way we have an inverted haunted house story. We're watching the ghosts discover that they're dead, or at least half of them discover that they're dead throughout the course of the movie, before eventually accepting that fate, and then we see what the real family that's actually living is going through as Nicole Kidman and her children haunt their home. It's a great ending and I love it now, but when I first saw it, I didn't. Because in 1999 The Sixth Sense happened, and I guess spoilers if you haven't seen this movie. But I'd be surprised if you somehow didn't know about the twist. After that I basically thought that The Sixth Sense owned the twist of your character was actually dead the whole movie. So when The Others came out I couldn't help but be reminded of The Sixth Sense. And I didn't love that ending the first time I saw the movie. Over the years, after subsequent rewatches, I have come to truly appreciate this movie as well as the ending. To the point where that initial concern doesn't even cross my mind anymore. It's one of the things I talked about in my review for I Know What You Did last summer. Sometimes when you take a movie out of historical context, the thing that bothered you before just doesn't anymore. It's been so many years since the film came out and you don't really care about those initial thoughts. Because it's been removed now from popular culture and you can just view the film on its own merits. And there is not a scene in The Others out of place. This is a fantastically constructed jigsaw puzzle of a movie. And I absolutely fucking adore it now. I often talk a lot of shit about false scares in movies. You know, when somebody puts their hand on a shoulder and you turn around but it's just your best friend, or a fucking bird flies out of the shed or whatever. You know, we've seen it all before. The Others has one of the best false scares of all time. That is how you do a false scare in a movie. Nicole Kidman is legendary in this movie. She is so good. This is an Oscar-worthy performance. That didn't even get nominated. She was, however, nominated for a Golden Globe. Also, the 2 children in the film are fantastic. They play off of Nicole Kidman very well, especially Alakina, Mann, who has to have a lot of scenes with her. And you're a child doing scenes with Nicole Kidman, so she has to match her. And where these kids could have tanked the entire film if the performances weren't on point. They are also. I love that Alejandro Amenábar composed the musical score for the film as well. So, with writing and directing and musical score, this is his vision. And his vision is finely tuned at every fucking scene, and knowing the twist you can look back on the rest of the movie and kind of test the film. As each scene goes on you can say like, is this cheating, is this cheating? No, it never does. The twist works extremely well. It recontextualizes the entire movie and it doesn't cheat, and it makes the second watch an even better experience. The Others is one of my favorite horror films and I'm gonna give it an A+. Performances, writing, production design, cinematography, music, directing, it's all top notch. Everything about this movie really works. And I think that the only way you can really dock points from it is if you're just not a fan of horror. If you are a fan of horror, this is the benchmark for this type of film. It doesn't get much better than this. I would however recommend checking out The Innocents, the 1961 movie based off of Henry James' book. The Turn of the Screw, that's a good one. And obviously The Others took some inspiration from that film. I hope you're enjoying this video. Thanks for watching as always. Woof woof.